everyone. In this week's episode of Hope for Tomorrow, the characters of Evie, Charlie, Wanda, Monica, Mike, Sally, and Ruben are featured. One thing I like about Hope for Tomorrow is the way the writers mix up the characters each week, meaning the exact same characters are not on every episode, which makes it easier to keep up with what is happening to each person. This week we find out more about what is happening to Evie. If I haven't mentioned it before, Evie is one of my favorite characters. I guess it's because she can't remember her past, which makes her interesting to me. Not much has really changed with Evie since the last few episodes. She is still hearing the strange man's voice in her head. Now he is trying to convince her that she is on her own personal island, which we know she's not. She is actually starting to believe every word he says, and she even feels safe with him, which could put her in very serious danger. Somehow, he gets her to wander away from the hospital unnoticed, and she ends up on the other side of town. Evie knows something is not right, and she becomes confused and starts to panic. A stranger notices her screaming and that she is wearing hospital clothes. He wants to know why she is dressed the way she is and who is after her, because he doesn't see anyone with her. He calls the police and they escort her back to the hospital. Everyone, including her husband, thinks she is losing her mind. Is she losing her mind? It really is starting to seem that way. Will Evie ever get better, or will she end up being committed? And moving on to the characters of Mike Green and Monica, who seem to be growing closer each week. In this episode, Mike tells Monica that he was offered a chance to buy the radio station. Monica is thrilled with this news and wants him to make her the station manager, but to her surprise, he suggests that they buy the radio station together. She thinks it's a great idea, but what is this going to mean for Mike's marriage? Him and his wife are already living apart, with her in another state. If he buys the station, that means he will have to permanently move to California, which will make Monica happy since she is in love with Mike. But what about Gwen, his wife, who is missing her husband? It looks like she may not be lonely for long. She has started spending time with an old friend. Mike may need to rethink his decision, or he may not have a wife to go home to. Stay tuned to find out what happens next week on Hope for Tomorrow. Thank you for listening.